This is Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
And today is another Cooking with Kenshin1913. What are we going to be making today?
We're making apple crisp since it's the fall time and the apples are plentiful.
Oh yeah.
Okay, first thing we need are apples. These actually have come from our garden. We have a couple of dwarf apple trees, so we cut them all up. The next thing you're going to need is some rolled oats, which is oatmeal, some flour.
Now, hold on. Instant? Can you use instant?
You could, and I'm going to tell you a trick afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
That I heard about.
So flour?
Flour, oatmeal, brown sugar, regular sugar, a little bit of vanilla, raisins, if you like them, ground cinnamon, nutmeg, and your apples, and butter.
Alright, so let's get cooking.
Okay, we already prepared our apples, and we used our nifty little apple peeler.
That we did give away a bunch to some loyal fans of Cooking with Kenshin1913. So, yeah, we've already pre-cut and peeled our apple
And
slices.
if you don't have it, see, they'll come like a slice, a round slice. If you don't have that, then I just cut them in pieces. You could cut them in chunks, whatever the way you want.
Now you need about 2 cups of it. And now let's don't tell them a little secret about how to try and keep the apples kind of the same color, you know.
Yeah, of course the apples will start to brown as they hit the air. So you can add a little bit of lemon juice on the top of them, and then just keep mixing them around. And the amount of apples that you need is actually on how big your baking pan is going to be. We're using right now,
nice
it's just a stoneware pie plate, but I do them sometimes in a square or an oblong glass dish. You could do them in a Pyrex dish. You could do them in a tin foil dish. So whatever works for you. And then that's how many apples you would make. So we already knew that this amount is going to work for here.
Yeah, so the basic recipe does call for 2 cups. So now that we have our apples...
This is actually a lot more than 2 cups, I think. But anyway, what I do is...
Well, I'll have the standard recipe in
is I add a little bit of sugar, which is, this is about a half a cup.
This is a white sugar.
Regular granulated sugar.
Yeah. Then you mix that around. Now, the nice thing about it is the apples are, after you cut them, they're still going to be pretty juicy, so they will absorb the sugar and all that. And this is a terrific fall meal. You know, it's great for when you go apple picking if you're not going to make applesauce or whatever with your apples. If you're not going to eat them, if you plan on baking them, this is like a perfect thing. So now we're going to add our vanilla.
So probably just about a teaspoon of vanilla. Just to add a little.
We're just going to gauge it. My mom knows. I'll have all the all the
specs on them.
Yeah.
Okay, even though we're going to be adding cinnamon to our mixture here, the oats, I always add some extra cinnamon in here. And again, about a good teaspoon.
Yeah.
Or until you, even if you like more.
Yeah.
Until you have your...
I've never... Until what? What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Until your apples are coated.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never had anyone say, oh, there's too much cinnamon in this. So, don't be afraid if you
So as you can see, it's kind of coating all the apples.
Yeah, it looks good. Oh, we need to grease that.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to add...
Oh, you're going to use
now,
butter?
We're doing raisins. These happen to be golden raisins. You can use brown raisins. You could even use cran raisins if you like. Or you can leave them out.
Yeah,
you can also put chopped nuts in, walnuts if you like that. My family, some of my family doesn't care for nuts. So
no, I'm not a big fan of it.
But
one thing
you would add that, you would add the nuts most likely in the topping.
And one thing you could do, like let's say you don't want those raisins right out of the box, you can put them in some water beforehand too, right?
You could also put them in a little
bit
whisk
of brandy or something, right?
Yeah, I'm just putting a drop of nutmeg. Nutmeg you don't need a lot of. So it's just I'm getting all this nice and coated.
Yeah, because it's going to be delicious.
Okay, now I'm going to butter my dish.
You can use margarine as well, but we're using butter. You want to preheat your oven to 375 as well. And you just want to coat the dish with the butter. Make sure to get all the sides. As you see, my mom's doing a good job there. See, I was thinking you might need to use Crisco, but butter works too.
Okay.
So now what do we got?
We're going to put this inside the dish.
Yeah, so this is a really fun recipe to have when, like especially cutting the apples. You can have your kids help you. Not like literally with the knives, but if you've got that cool apple peeler thing, you just have them crank the handle and everything. It's really fun. I mean, while I was cutting, I was like, oh man, I remember how awesome this was. Yes. So yeah, they all look, and you can use potatoes when you're doing it. It's terrific. So now my mom's just putting the remainder of the apples in there. And there we go. That is the apple top, or the apple filling kind of thing.
Okay, so we're just trying to get that all around.
Now, like my mom said, you could use a bigger pan or whatever you got.
Yeah, oblong dish, whatever. Okay, so my flour is in here, and we're mixing that up with the oatmeal.
We're making almost like a crumble, huh? Let me ask you this, Mom. How much flour? How much oatmeal?
It's about half a cup of flour and about a cup of oats.
Okay.
This is almost a cup of brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar or dark brown sugar. Dark brown sugar has a little bit more molasses in it, and that's why it's dark.
Yeah, if you have light brown sugar, you could just add a little bit of molasses if you really.
If you wanted, but you don't need to.
If you really wanted to.
And again, about a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Pinch of nutmeg.
Pinch of nutmeg.
So what is your secret with the instant oatmeal?
If you don't have or don't want to mix all of this yourself, you could actually use instant oatmeal, the packets that are like cinnamon and raisin or brown sugar and cinnamon. Use a couple of packets of that, pour it on top of here, put some pats of butter on it, and you're set.
So we're using not the quick oats. We're using like whatever.
Just regular oats.
Yeah, because there's three types of
oatmeal.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's three types of oats to me. The one that you get like that takes a while to cook, the one that takes like a few minutes, and then the one that's like in microwave, boom. So now that we've got that, what do we got to do, Ma?
All right, now I have about 3 tablespoons of softened butter, and this is where kids would like this too.
Yeah, because now what are you doing?
We're mixing it up so that this is going to kind of get crumbly.
Yeah, and what you could do too is you could, I guess you could cut it up into tiny cubes and mush it together like that too, right?
You could if it's on the harder side, but this butter I had sitting out, so it's soft.
And you can also do it with margarine, right?
You can, yes, you can.
This is like almost gluten-free. Maybe. I mean, I could be wrong. Anyway, so you can see it doesn't take too long to get everything incorporated.
Yeah, the longest part of the whole thing is
getting
to
the
get
apples
the apples ready.
And waiting for it to finish, of course. All right, so what's next?
Okay, next we're just going to add this to the top.
This seems very easy. I can't believe I've never done this.
You can do this also with pears if you like. You can do it with peaches. So you can make a crisp out of any kind of fruit.
That seems pretty cool.
You could do it out of blueberries. You need a lot of blueberries to make a big.
So now all we have to do is just spread the crumble on top.
Mm-hmm.
This sort of reminds me of that coffee cake you made one time, where and then you'd throw the thing on top as well. It's pretty nice. Now, Ma, who used to make your who used to make apple crisp for you when you were a kid? Your grandma?
Actually, we ate more apple pie than apple crisp.
So just make sure that it's all evenly distributed.
Yep.
And now we're going to throw this in a 375-degree oven for how long?
About 30 minutes or so. I'm also going to add another tablespoon or so of butter, and I'm going to cut this in little pieces. And then I'm just going to throw it on top, scatter it around.
Yeah, because that'll help keep it it'll help get a little more golden. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, it'll help keep the crumble a little more like golden brown and stuff. Makes it tastier too. I mean, butter makes most things tasty.
And then, of course, with apple crisp, you can have ice cream on top of it.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that when it gets out.
So it's a great dessert.
Yeah. So once again, 375 for about 30 minutes.
Okay, here it is out of the oven, and see, it did shrink down a little bit, and it's very hot, and we're going to plate it in a few minutes.
Yeah, we just took it out of the oven. Took about 35 minutes. We said 30. Takes a little longer, but that's all right. You just gotta make sure that when you look at it, it looks like this.
Yeah, and your apples are soft. You can test them with a fork.
Now, one thing we didn't mention, which we should have, is you can use any kind of apples.
Yeah, any kind that you like, and you can mix them so they don't have to be the same kind. Actually, I think mixing them makes the thing taste better.
Yeah, so let's plate it up. All right, so as you can see, it's kind of crunchy on top, as it should be, hence the crisp. I'm just gonna take it out, and you're gonna get the sweet.
See, you can see
you can even see some
heat.
some of the juice that's in there too. Now, Ma, what is this best topped with? What is this best topped?
Whatever
with?
you like, whipped cream,
vanilla ice cream, right?
Ice cream, whatever you like.
Yeah. So that's what we're probably gonna put some on top, and then we're gonna eat it. Yum. All right, so here's our apple crisp with our vanilla ice cream. Doesn't it look yum? And look who just stopped by for a visit.
This is
Stella.
Stella's gonna have some too.
Would you like a little ice cream?
Ice cream.
Hey. Look. Stella. Want a little ice cream? Alright, so let me try the crisp. With some ice cream, vanilla, which is great.
Stella wants more.
Ooh, we got the nice crunch. We got the tastiness of the apple.
She's gonna get it.
You want to get it? So yeah, this is very good. It's very crispy. You got the nice soft apples after they're cooked, fork tender. And it's just very tasty. I love all the apples and everything. Perfect fall food. So this has been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Mom
and Stella. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Enjoy and happy eating. Stella wants more.